Alright guys, so the latest trend in crypto right now is earning passive income from NFTs. Many projects are already promising royalty sharing of some sort for mentors or holders of their NFTs, and this basically means that you're buying a JPEG in the hopes of gaining some sort of token or yield from holding it. And we're pretty much swimming in unprecedented waters right now as DeFi meets NFTs. The really big news though is that OpenSea recently banned one of these royalty sharing projects called the DAO Turtles. And OpenSea being the behemoth that it is in the NFT marketplace, this is a really big deal. So my previous video, which you should watch right here, I mentioned mutant cats and zombie toads because they were going on a really great run. And these are similar projects that offer like a passive income feature to their structure. Now that the DAO Turtles have been banned from OpenSea, it's caused a lot of speculation and finger pointing to other similar projects such as Mutant Cats, Zombie Toads, Axie Infinity, Anonymize, you name it. And there's some really great points being made right now. OpenSea pretty much just said like, look, we had to shut you down because you are way too close to being classified as a security, and we just don't want to deal with all of that messy regulation compliance stuff. And being based in the US, this is something that OpenSea has to consider. To which the DAO Turtles team responded that, hey, well, what about Axie? They're still operating on OpenSea, but their players are earning tokens such as DAI, which can easily be converted to ETH. And not to mention, Mutant Cats recently launched are explicitly saying in their description that, you know, each mutant cat earns 10 fish a day from staking and own part of a fractionalized Cool Cats vault. So they're using these examples to try and point out like, hey, what did we do wrong that the other projects didn't? This is extremely concerning to a lot of people in the community because OpenSea has about 97% of the market share. So if you can't list your project on OpenSea, good luck having any sort of liquidity. So it makes you wonder, is it safe at all to invest in these other projects on OpenSea that are similar to the DAO Turtles? I think that the devil is in the details. I say this because one of the most popular, if not the OG projects that brought about this passive income model was the CyberKongs. They were the ones that gave out 10 banana tokens to every Kong holder, which later on down the timeline, you could use these banana tokens to breed baby Kongs or change the biographies or do other things that have utility within the Kong world. And the CyberKongs explicitly stated that one banana equals one banana. Right now, the bananas are worth about $64. And so if you were to just hold a Kong and accumulate 10 bananas a day, meaning $640 a day, you easily have over $233,000 in annual passive yield, which goes to explain why the floor prices of these CyberKongs are so astronomically high. Okay, so if you look at their website, you can see that they explicitly say CyberKongs are not investment vehicles. They're just collectible digital art pieces, and CyberKongs makes no promises or guarantees regarding the value of CyberKongs NFTs, aside from the one that they strive to do for the best of the project and the community. So clearly they're being explicit in saying this is not a financial instrument. And I think this is kind of where the DAO Turtles stepped in some hot water because they were explicit on their website where they said that stacking turtles will allow you to collect royalties from future drops, which is essentially like a dividend. They even showed you a chart of how many turtles owned would give you what percentage share of royalties. What constitutes a security, right? We basically have the Howey test. It's essentially 4 criteria that the Supreme Court established to determine whether or not something is a security. Is it an investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profit to be derived from the efforts of others? And I think that's kind of where there's a difference in the DAO Turtles project versus similar ones like the CyberKongs, which are still operating on OpenSea and they're still doing enormous volume of sales. And if you look at this chart, there's several projects that also have their own tokens which are valued at varying amounts. I think the nitty-gritty here comes down to what is the team explicitly promising you? Because if they're saying one banana equals one banana and it has these XYZ utility functions within our own universe, within our own metaverse world, then it's not an investment vehicle. We're not promising any sort of financial incentives or returns, right? But nothing is stopping us from trading bananas. You can either sell your banana tokens if you don't want to breed, or you can buy the tokens because of the utility. If somebody wanted a baby Kong and they didn't want to wait however many days to accumulate enough bananas, they wanted to get that baby Kong right away, then they can just simply buy the banana tokens. And yes, I've seen some comments say like, well, let's just ban US users, but I'm not sure about the logistics of this since many wallets are non-KYC. So my thesis also is that this whole shakeout is going to accelerate the demand for a decentralized NFT marketplace, something that is beyond the regulations of any country. And I think for NFTs to sustain long-term and to not crash, ultimately, DeFi is needed to get liquidity without having to sell or lower floor prices from panic selling. Right now, there's some options like RENFT.io. They just acquired a $1.5 million in funding. This is where NFT owners are able to get some sort of liquidity without having to sell because they're able to just rent out their NFTs. Right now, the most decentralized option for NFT marketplace is a new one, infinity.xyz, which is essentially an OpenSea fork. And they say that they are a DAO. But overall, I think with what happened to DAO turtles, I think it'll be easier to weed out short-term versus long-term projects and overall sustainability. You had also the Bored Ape Yacht Club responding to the Win token comments. They said that they're going to be taking their time and they're going to be hiring the legal counsel that they need and consulting with whoever they need to remain compliant. Other projects like Cool Cats is also trying to figure out how to add some sort of utility token in the form of milk. I'm really looking towards the bigger blue chip projects and how they execute issuing these utility tokens. For now, I think projects like the Mutant Cats and Zombie Toads are gonna be okay, mostly because they're not explicit in saying that there's any sort of royalty sharing. I think it's worth taking a look at. Mutant Cats is still on a run up. Zombie Toads is kind of like stalled out a little bit. It's dipped a little and stalled out. So this is why I think it's really important to understand the project's gameplay and any positive feedback loops that are designed. So hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know what your thoughts on it. And because this was a lot of research for one video, I'm gonna ask you to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments below.